exclusive in my sports car. Big booty, slim waist, got a nigga knee in the taste. Unfortunately, she want me to go deeper. I'm in and out, you know when niggas really freaking her. H2O, that girl is wet, like she bought a hamstring. Baby, I'll make it stretch. In and out, gotta exercise for your neck. Yeah, I'm the one you hate, but I'm the one she wants. I strap up like I used to pick to light the blunt. Shorty swing my way and say hi like I smoke blunt. Different day, and my girl still on some bullshit. Say I don't provide for my seed, no that's some bullshit. I don't gotta deal with this. You could say I'm bailing out like a Wayne concert. You could say I'm selling out, but I'ma remain so true to Iana. That's my daughter, can't throw away the things that I taught her. I'm just through with the drama artist. He say, she say, no way, I never let her play me like EA. Text message in her phone, I can't believe I seen this shit. That's up in my head, I can't believe I'm sleeping next to this. Pack my shit, I'm so gone like Monica. I want her just to get the big picture like a cinema. Relationships in them, I'd rather not deal with them. Relationships ain't shit, I had a bad view of them. So I keep moving on, hustling to get rich. Trust ain't shit, I can't even trust my main bitch. Like Victoria, they all got a secret. Now it's time for me to shine the lights on them secrets. You can say I'm mean, or just being straight blunt. RDTC, rebel don't trust cunts. And I don't savor shit, I throw away my favorite rip. Leave that bitch straight dip like a potato chip. Never saw it coming, man, it hit me from a blind side. Rebel being real, you can take a look up in my eyes. When your money get low, that's when the bitch get ghost. That's why I stay low profile until a nigga go.
Damn. Damn. Still no sound, huh? That's crazy. This is the first time I might well just start the whole stream. Oh, Itchy, my brother. Hey, look, my bad, brother. Damn. See, it's too early. It's too early. Salute, my brother Itchy. We're gonna start the show right now.
I never knew that I would do numbers like this. I'm making moves. I'm trying to win. Ain't trying to lose. I'm trying to win. Ain't trying to lose.
All right, look, man. Appreciate the support, my brother Itchy. So I wasn't. All my mics were on, but I didn't even put myself on stage. So that was my bad, man. I appreciate y'all for holding there tight. Hope you got a chance to read the screen so you can see what we're talking about today. Lewis Hamilton is in the news today. What the hellante? Lewis Hamilton says he has already spent over $200,000 to treat his dog Roscoe, who is currently suffering from a strange illness and spiritual attacks. I don't know what that is. Maybe we could get into that. Lewis Hamilton is 40 years old and has decided not to have children, not to have any children. He considers his dog his only child and loves him deeply. His dog is worth over 10 million and spends over 1,000 every day on food only. He is calling for everyone around the world to join him in praying for Roscoe so he can recover quickly. Now, this is my volume's working. My volume's working. I don't have to worry about that. Now we can cook on this, right? We could cook. I gotta, because this. Listen, brothers, I love dogs. Listen, man, don't let these dogs get in the way of your family and you procreating and things like that, man. That's real. That's real talk. Don't never do that. He said, that's cap as fuck. 1,000 a day. Let's talk about it, bro. This is nuts. William Torres. That's the $1 million question right there. Why is this dog worth 10 million? It's a bulldog, right? And I'm not trying to shame any other breeds. I'm not trying to shame anything. We love Roscoe too. We love all animals, right? We don't wish no bad stuff. Hey, maybe the vet can, since they done scammed a lot of people in life, maybe they can all pitch in and help old Roscoe out. He said, maybe in pesos. He said, Lewis has been tapping some hot chicks, though. Oh, Lewis is a villain, huh? What's up with this guy? What makes a dog worth $10 million? Right? Don't get caught. If you're young, if you're 20 years old, 19, 24, don't let these dogs get you in a position to where you're holding off on procreating and, you know, trying to deal with these dogs. Because I'm going to tell you, man, what comes these dogs comes disappointment, untrustworthy people, a lot of things that'll make you feel like, you know what? Everything I have done, was it worth it? Was it all the headache? Everything that I've been through. We got people getting investigated for these dogs. One day you got dogs, next day you wake up and you don't. Dog thieves, everything, fake pedigrees, everything under the sun, tire kickers, people throwing you under the bus. It's a lot that comes with these dogs. Haters. I remember somebody signed me up for PETA. I'm getting mail every day. Like they were spamming me. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not about to keep coming to this mailbox, bro. Okay. For some damn PETA slips and stuff. And I got to shred them and all this, got my address on it and all this crap. You know? So don't put off for this 40-year-old man. Obviously, I mean, if you're 40, I believe you still got a chance to do something. But if he has decided not to have children because he's spending $1,000 a day on a damn dog, brother. When we got homeless people out here dying every day. I don't know if this is cap. Maybe you guys can help me out with that. I don't know, man. It's seeming a little cappy. Like maybe this is a good ass story. He got him up in the vet, got the pictures and stuff. He took a selfie with the dog on the breathing machine and all these tubes and stuff. Like, is he playing to the hearts of the tree huggers out here? What's really going on? And then we can't even get $500 for a pup, right? Oh, you knew we was going to talk about that. You knew. You knew we was going to talk about that. Hamilton, the best champion. Hey, how so? Adamar, how so, brother? This is the first time this story came across my desk, and it's just kind of crazy, man. I mean, you know, I feel sorry for the dog. I feel like, you know, they should figure something out. If this dog is worth 10 million, you know, I mean, maybe they could figure something out. Maybe you can have enough money to buy another one. You know, and then the APBT community, people frown upon us. Like I got to incriminate myself just to sell $1,000 puppy. Motherfuckers want to know who the parents is, champions, and is it a winner and all this hot shit just to sell a puppy. I guess just having a good looking dog with a good pedigree just not good enough for some of these boneheads. And some of you, that's how you was raised, you know, talking hot, doing hot shit, putting your name in magazines right next to match reports and shit. Dumb people shit. That's dumb people shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking to the future, dog. I'm not talking to the has-beens. I'm not talking about the motherfuckers that just got dogs when they got a YouTube channel and shit. I'm talking about people that grew up, stood up, took the responsibility, learned about integrity, and the caregivers of these dogs today. That's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the has-beens. You know, oh, yeah, that's because, yeah. It's dumb. It was illegal. It's dumb. If it was smart, you'll do it today. Like investing, things like that. You know, you could have got Amazon stock and shit, you know, way back in the day. You know, people do that shit today because it's a smart idea. Then we wonder why the game is so fucked up. It's a lot of clowns out here. American Pit Bull Terrier is supposed to be the best breed in the world. This guy got a bulldog worth $10 million. He feeds it $1,000 a day. You ask for $1,000 for a pup, dude will tire kick your ass off. Or he'll ask you some dumb shit like, does shipping come with that? See, we got to stop this foolishness. We got to stop this fool. I'm glad I saw this one. Spent over $200K on his dog, bro. I wonder if this is a prime stud or something. You know, I don't know, man. You know. Okay, he got a foundation called Mission 44. He helps people. Now he won't be a peddler. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I might be the cruel guy, but I'm not paying I'm not paying this money to save a dog, bro. I'm cool. Just right now in this age that we live in, maybe in another age, it's coming to that. Maybe in another age, dogs will have to have ID and you know, to walk around and shit. You know, they'll be really treated like humans. This is his only child. I got some dogs I love. You know, the bloodline, the significance, you know, it's important for me to hold on to that right there for as long as I can, things like that. You make sacrifices, penitentiary chances, everything, you know, for the dogs and shit. But this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm not sacrificing my whole life around a mutt. They say a euthanization is a humane thing to do. This dog must be a huge stud. Because I can't see any dog, unless it's made out of diamonds and gold, being worth $10 million. Okay. Double tap the screen. Throw a dog a bone. So it could be the grift that keeps on grifting. Or this might be a situation where this guy really needs help. And he really trying to save the dog. I just think that that kind of money, those kind of resources, if you gave me $1,000 a day, I could feed so many homeless people. It's crazy. Right? And that is your dog, it's dear, it's close to you, things like that. But what's the limit? What's the limit that you guys are going to pay for a dog? Let's say your dog, your best dog you ever had. What is the absolute limit that you'll go through, that you will go to save your animal? He said, yeah, 10,000 must be a bullshit figure. Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you, man. Look, I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck. I could be a billionaire. My thing is, you got to put a limit to shit, man. You don't just go do dumb shit just because you got money. And if he got bread, he was born with bread, came up, social media, however you got it. We see a lot of new dudes. Next year, there's going to be some new millionaires that aren't millionaires right now. They're going to be millionaires next year. But he's look, bro, I'm not doing it. I just can't do it. There's certain limits that you gotta go. Like, let's say I hit the Mega Million or the Powerball or one of those. Like, I'm not about to just go do a whole bunch of dumb shit like when I was 25. Like, if I hit that shit at 25, I would probably go do some shit that is gonna be way different than what I'm gonna do with that money now, right? So, well, I'm saying that to say, like, just because you got money, that doesn't mean that you got to do outlandish shit. And I understand if this is your true companion, it's your only kid, you haven't experienced what it's like to have a kid. That's why I say don't put raising dogs over family, bro. I don't care. The accomplishments, champions, all of this, If you can make a dog a champion, you can make your fucking kid a fucking champion. You can raise a good dog. You can raise a good human being too. You can spend $1,000 a day on a dog. That means that you got the resources, because there's some kids that wake up with nothing. Right? And that's not his fault. That's not the dog's fault. You know. He said his friend laughed at him for spending $1,500 on a dog. Any money is too much money for to him. Yeah, and I feel you. They don't understand that. And that's what I'm saying. 1,500, that's low. That's on the low end. People want you to breed these dogs and give them away for free, brother. You got to take care of a litter 60 days minimum. You got to take care of a litter 60 days minimum. A whole litter. Let's say it's 7 puppies. 60 days, you got to take care of these puppies, cleaning them, feeding them, the mom, everybody. How much is that? How much can somebody pay you? That's time. You're not just giving it 10 minutes a day. I can see if you just gave it 10 minutes a day. You're giving it time. You're sitting up at night with that female while she's dropping. Maybe, maybe not. You know, depends. You know, I didn't sit up with all mine. I'm not going to sit up and act like I'm just sitting there, you know, waiting on the bitch to drop. You know, I'm not doing that. Like I might wake up 2, 3 in the morning and go check on the bitch, you know, and shit like that. And she's getting it going or she's about to be ready, you know, wake up 7, 8 o'clock. Boom, she dropped. You know, she was getting ready at 2. Now she dropped. Boom. Everything's looking good. Let me take her out. Let her relieve herself, all of that, you know. Yeah. So I got to take care of these puppies for 60 days. Raise them up. You know, as soon as they get like a month, you actually got to do shit with them. When they 2 weeks old and shit, you know, you ain't really got to do much because they're not doing much. They're just kind of laying around. And 1 to 2 weeks old, they're pretty much just kind of laying around. I mean, they're going to move about. They're going to move about, scooting and learning how to crawl and walk. But for the most part, they're not going to be doing much. But then that 3-4 week come around, 4th week, I think you probably even hear one of them bark or something, you know, about 4 weeks. You know, that joint, he might be in there barking or growling or, you know, doing something. Right? Now they moving around, relieving themselves. Mother got to clean it up. All this is dirty. You got to clean it up. You got to give them shots. I start my deworming regimen at 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old, I deworm all of them. 3 weeks old, I deworm all of them. 4 weeks old, deworm all of them. 6 weeks, deworm them again. 8 weeks, that's around that 60-day mark. 8, 9 weeks, I deworm them real good. They're getting a vaccination at 5.5 to 7 weeks. You get your other vax at 8 to 9, 10 weeks. 8 weeks old, 8 to 10 weeks old. You get your second round. I do mine a little different. Everybody does their regimen different. Okay. They're eating the premium food, supplements, everything. If you already got the supplements, that's cool. But if you don't, that dine's like $70 a gallon. That dine's like $70 a gallon, brother. You get that wheat germ oil blend, that's another 20, 25. You getting good dog food. This ain't years ago. This is the dog food might be up $10, $12 a bag, bro. The prices of dog food between now and 2020 is probably up anywhere from $8 to $15 a bag, brother. Up. These are real numbers. I'm a mathematician. I don't have to look it up. You could look it up. You tell me. You tell me any given bag of dog food, and from the last 5 years, the price done went up $8 to $20 probably. This is if you're doing it yourself. If you're taking these dogs to the vet and letting them do it, because you know they'll villainize, they'll demonize you. You know, they find out you're giving your dogs your shots and stuff. They'll run up in the courtroom and try to tattletale on you. You know, that's what they'll do. They'll tattletale on you. Giving your dog shot. They see those little vials laying around, you know what I'm saying? The little shots, syringes and stuff. They think that's dog fighting paraphernalia, by the way. So therefore, if I'm doing my shit myself, I should demand an even more price because I'm taking a risk. All that what I just said, you still want to sell a $500 puppy? Get out of the game. If you got $500 pups, get your ass out the game. You probably ain't produced shit no way. You probably ain't produced shit. We look at your catalog, everything, even if we on the back streets, we look at your catalog, you ain't produced a motherfucking thing. And you guys going to these dog shows, if it ain't ADBA, ADBA is the biggest stage for these dog shows, bro. I don't give a fuck what you motherfuckers, community, fuck you guys. ADBA is the biggest stage, period. It's good to go to fun shows. It's good to have this weird shit. It's good for the breed. It's positive. But if you talk about belt to ass, you better be talking about the ADBA, buddy. If you bragging about your dog and accomplishment, you did this, you did that, go to the big stage and do it. And then once you make a champion, you go in the ring of champions with all the other champions, and then you compete there on that level. Okay? You still want to sell a $500 dog? Working man's price. I used to see a bunch of them dudes. Got Crenshaw, all these guys, $400 dogs off of Chinaman, you know, just trying to undercut the market, really, you know. That's basically what dudes was doing. You know, they get in the magazine, it's the only dog. Then we get older and we realize, wait a minute, there's other dogs, there's other bloodlines. I was talking to my boy yesterday. He got a bunch of Vernon Whitley stuff, Robinson and Vernon Whitley dogs. You know, there's a lot of dudes that, you know, they really wasn't necessarily in the books like that back in the day, being famous, but it was still quality, good dogs. We can do multiple podcasts every day. They don't have this for those other breeds. What makes Roscoe more relevant or more whatever than APBT? Why do we got to get $750 for a dog that we know is worth more than anything? And then when we say 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, which is still low, y'all, you should be getting a dog that's worth that. Even if you pay 1,000, that motherfucker should be worth 3,500, 5,000 by the time he grows to maturity. What the fuck are we talking about? See, you're so used to going to the dollar store, buying shit for $1 that's only worth $1. See, the key is buying something for $1 that's worth $10. That's the key. Right? $750 dog. Yeah, the reason why you don't want to pay more than that, because that piece of shit ain't worth more than that. I must be talking to myself. This ain't just a magazine. It's a movement. The American Pit Bull Terrier. Real dogs, real yards, real history. From legendary bloodlines to modern breeders, keeping the flame lit. Yard spotlights, breeding knowledge, controversy, culture. This is for the ones who walk it like they talk it. No fluff, no fakes, just dog man, dog woman, and dogs. Grab your issue now, support the culture. Because the legacy don't live online, it lives in print. Spiritual attacks. What the hell is that, man? What the hell is spiritual attacks with dogs, man? Crazy, man. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I'm gonna have to look into that. This is a bizarre story. You know. Skirt Franklin, what up? Corey Adams, what up? Maryland Man. Harry Hayes. Separation anxiety. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Okay, I got you. Okay. Just say, okay, I got you. Yeah, nah, this story is it's a good one for the dog lovers, but it's a little extreme for me. If I got to put my input on it, we can go around the horn, let everybody chime in. And what do they think about it and everything? If it's too much, what do you think about the price of the APBT? Right? Do you think the APBT is fairly priced animal? Right? You think it's fairly priced? My brother just said that a Yorkie's 2,500, right? So you mean to tell me I gotta look a certain way? You know, I try to get 2,500 for my dogs. I gotta be, you know, I can't be confident. I'm just saying. Wayne, what up, brother? What's going on, my brothers? Get it in. Get it all the way in, y'all. It's an APBT price too low. What's working man price today? You know, what are we doing? What are we doing here? What does this dog come to? Right? He said the people that have a problem with price be dog hoarders. Oh man. 15 to 5,000. Is that the APBT? Is that I like to push it to the 2,000 mark, you know, like 2,000 and up, right? That'll make people either get in their bag or get the fuck out the way. Either get in your bag and produce some quality dogs that's worth that, or move the fuck out the way. Because I'm not really looking for no $700 dog. I'm not. Now, can I get lucky and get a $700 dog and it be a good ass dog? Yes, it happens all the time. But I'm not looking for a $700 worth. So why would I have a problem paying that? Yeah, nah, man. I'm telling you. It take 500 a year easy. In the time, you got to think about all the time. That's 365 days. You probably going to check on that dog multiple times. Corey Adams, 3 to 500. Working man want 3 to 500. Bro, that was in the 80s. 3 to 500, 400. Working man, they used to say 400 working man's price. I used to see in little nickel ads, Pedigree Online, well, not Pedigree Online in the 80s, but you know, I see ads, those old gazettes, books, different things of that nature. And working man price was in the 80s, brother, probably the 70s. Working man's like 3 to 500. So I'm like, have we evolved any? Is at least working price out of rack now? Could we get a G-ball or 1,500? If you say 3 to 500 30 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, it's gotta be worth at least 3 times that now. Yeah. Hey, for real, Corey. Look, back then, I just checked my gas. Where I'm at right now, gas is like 460, 470, right? And that's at my good spots. I got like 2-3 spots that I go to that give me the cheapest, because if I go anywhere else, it's gonna be close to 480, 490, and sometimes $5 and $5.50, depending on where you at, right? Gas back in the day. I remember when I was about 16, 17, 20. Gas was still under $1. The gas was 70, 75, 85, 89. gas was still under $1. Okay. I think after 9/11, that's when I saw that $1.50, $2 shit. So even 20 years ago, I mean, we didn't really notice it because it was like, damn, this shit high. But we was getting $1.20, and that's over here. So if you go east, and where I was in Texas, shit, it was still like $2.30 this last, 4 or 5 months, when I went to Texas, compared to, it's a whole dollar difference over here, $1.50 over here, So I'm just going off of what I was looking at. But everything was cheaper back then. Dog food back in the day, I used to get this bag called Nutri-Nugget. You used to get it at Fred Meyer, and Costco's would sell this brand also. And I used to go get a bag of Nutri-Nugget, and I think I would give them a $20 bill, and I would get some change back. Like I would get a couple dollars back or something, like 18 for a bag, a good bag of some good shit, 2 for 30, 2 bags for 30. Those are the type of things that we was experiencing back then. So now we got to look at it, a pack of hot dogs or okay. So I remember they used to have, when I was in high school, this is probably 30 years ago, right? 25, I think they probably had the 25, anniversary or something, like way back, right? So they used to have, when you go to McDonald's was $2.99 plus tax. We got like 8% tax here. So, you're going to pay like $3.24, something like that. $3.24 for a value meal. Nowadays, I don't think you could get none of them for under like $10. Like if you give them a $10 bill and just, hey, I want to order this, this, and this. Give them a $10 bill. Like you're not getting out of there. We used to give them a $5 bill and get money back, money coming back, so we got to realize how much things have changed, how much, everything, every little thing, even some tires for your car, oil, whatever, haircuts are up. Back in those days, you could get a lineup for $5, $10. If it was the homie, $7. If you's a boss, you give them 20. We used to leave about the barbershop. We got the dub all the time. Boom, dub. We thought we was doing it big. I'm paying $20 for my shit. I could have got it for 10 somewhere else, 11. But nowadays, I mean, I chop my shit off. I cut my shit myself. But nowadays, I think it's probably like $35 to $60 a haircut now, straight up. Depending on what you want a shampoo, wash, all this, it could add up and they could tally you up real fast. So, that's just what it is, man. It's a territory that we in. We got some dog lovers that love their dogs to the extreme, and they just want to take care of their dog and let them live forever. You don't want to have kids. You want to dedicate your life to a dog. you know, good luck with that, man. Good luck. You know, hope it works out for you. You dig? I got some movement in the crib. Must be Cece. They got some movement going. So nah, man, look. Stick on your price. This is it, because we always talk about this. We talk about how other dogs, and you know, they don't appreciate what we do, and you know, everybody think they can get cheap dogs. So you know, stick on your price, bro. Don't be out here fucking up your name, trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know, stick on your price. You putting your work in. If people want to add your price, bro, they want to add up what you making, bro. Add up what you spending on your dogs, bro. Tally it all up. I've been getting better at not using cash so I could, you know, track all my expenses and stuff. You know, you got expenses. If you're doing shit, if you're trying to build, you know, you got expenses. So you need to tally all that up. But we forget. We'll just tell a motherfucker $1,000 when you probably put in 500 a puppy worth of work. Realistically, I will fuck with some pups. You know, just depending on the situation. You know, it takes time. When it's yours, you're not looking at that time because it's just another hour that you're putting in. But even if you put an hour a day with the puppies, you know, that's like 60 hours. And for the time that the puppy leaves, right? So you done put 60 hours in. How much is an hour, right? You know, how much are you getting an hour? How much is an hour worth of your time? And I think that's not even enough time. If you got some puppies and you by the time they hatch, by the time she gives birth to the time the puppy leaves, you spending more than 60 hours, bro. You know, you're gonna spend 3 times, 4 times that, right? You know, you get 40 hours in a week at work. Okay, then you want to do 60 times 5, right? Or 60 times 3 if you're giving 3 hours a day to your dogs, 4 hours a day. Some people give it all day. Some people are working on their yard all day. 8 hours, 10, 12. Okay. So don't short yourself. You're putting that work in. Let them other dudes do that. They're going to fall off because it's going to start being a red flag. It's like, why are you selling this dog for $500? It takes fucking 120 hours minimum to get a puppy out of the door. Right? So that's thousands of dollars. If you're looking at that, that's thousands of dollars. That's 2 or 3 paychecks worth of time that you've put in. Right? So yeah, you shortchanged yourself. If you sold your dogs for 500 last year, 700, even 1,000, you shorted. If you sold it for 1,000, you probably made $200 profit. I'm gonna be real. And if you made $500 profit, that's good. That means you budgeted everything right, and you probably had a lot of the materials like kennels and you know everything like that. Kennels are up. eight to 10 years ago, when I was buying kennels, they were literally $299. They were $299. They used to jump up to like $325 or $350, but then they would have that special to where those kennels were $299 at Tractor Supply. You know, those good green, you know, the good kennels. And we look at things now, you might be lucky to get up out of there with $450 or you know, $500 maybe for those 5x10s. Over $1,000 for those big old 10x10s. You know, them is like $1,000. That's cost of maintenance. Everything that you got to put in to the dogs. Medication, if they get sick, you know, all of this. Dealing with tire kickers. You get kicked in the face 50 times for one sale. Dudes got attitudes. They just started selling dogs 2 years ago. They're trying to squeeze in. Like, bro, there's a big ass line. You got dudes that been in this shit 25 years, 30. You got old dudes that got out of the game. They're trying to get back in. Okay? Like, okay, you want to slip back in? Go ahead. There's a seat at the table for you too, I guess. So you been beat, bro. If you selling $1,000 puppies, you been beat. You been beat over the head, or somebody better be appreciative. That's the word I need right there. Appreciative. Because you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to plug them like that. You just basically breaking even. You're breaking even, giving yourself a little, you know, boot money and dog, you know, you're putting it back. You got another litter, that money right there, that's going to go straight to that. Still can't get away from the time that you got to put in. A lot of people listen to my wake and bakes when they're on the yard. Salute to Lewis Hamilton and Roscoe. Hope they have a speedy recovery. Too rich for me. And even if I had the money, like I said, I'm not going to spend no $1,000 a day to keep a dog alive, bro, for food. Like, motherfucker, at some point, that's why I like these working dogs. At some point, motherfucker, you're going to have to get it out the motherfucking mud, bro. That's why I love you. A lot of these dogs, the reason why we love them is because of what they've been able to overcome, not because we give them $1,000 worth of fucking food every day. That looks like a defenseless, helpless mutt to me with bad genetics. That's what it looks like to me. You know? Anyway, y'all, tap all the way in. We got a lot going on. APBT Magazine is out. Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 3 is coming real soon. It's my ritual. I throw a little bit of something else in my routine, but usually when I get off here, I get to working on that. So, you know, everybody be easy, man. Go check out some of those other streams that we got, man. Them last streams, you know, they still jumping. Game Room, Weemune. You know, we've been getting it in. Chop it up with some guy. You know, it's been a little bit of misunderstanding in the community. Not like it can't be ironed out, though. You know, little misunderstanding, little, you know, mismoves and dealing with the wrong people. Sometimes you surround yourself with the wrong people, you get fucked up results. So we've been keeping that grass cut. And hey, man, it's progress, prosperity to everybody that we in contact with, man, that appreciate us. You know, be around people that appreciate you, not people that feel like they could have, you know, they didn't need you. You know, they didn't need you. They took your whole blueprint. Now they don't need you. You don't need people like that, bro. That's not gonna help you. Cut them off. They look for you. They look to you for the game. So just cut them the fuck off. Pour into somebody else that appreciates it. You dig? Hey, salute everybody. You know, salute everybody. See you on the next one.
Hundreds can't fit in my trousers. 200 of them bubble gums finna crop next week off top. I bleed the block and I pull up in a drop. Rockstar, I told heavy metal. I'm straight out the gutter by the sewer, yeah, the ghetto. Cold-blooded like Rick James. Yeah, I spit flames. Thanking God every day since this shit changed. Bismillah, yeah, I made it out. Giving attention, motivation, education, yeah, this shit game. Staying on my pivot, not to mention. Watch these hoes stay on your toes and never trust these bitches. I went from a cutlass to a fiscal. And I don't do the gram, baby, keep me out your mentions. I would never fold, I know niggas that done told. I got money in the attic, it's so old, it's about to mold.
Hold up. In the hottest section with weapons and cocaine. 17 in the streets, hotter than propane. I'm on my toes, watch these hoes with bifocal frame. I've been on these niggas' head like a migraine. In the hottest section with weapons and cocaine. 17 in the streets, hotter than propane. On my toes, watch these hoes with bifocal frames. Suicide doors on them, Kurt Cobain.
In your section, I be reppin' while I'm flexing. 50,000 on my necklace, what's the question now? Kurt Cobain, I blew the brains in the drop head. Free my nigga out the feds, let me pop. I'm like propane, yeah, I'm hot as a torch. Give me the ball, yeah, and watch how I scorch. 13 when I hopped off the porch. By 17, I was up on the court. I keep a weapon for protection. Don't get aggressive, I shoot like a missile. I'm trilled to the bone, all the way to the gristle. Kurt Cobain, yeah, suicide door. I'ma get it, sleet, hell, rain, or snow. Know I'm talking about sticking to the code, I don't know no other way. I'ma bleed the block, nigga, to God, open them gates, huh? Money, pound, ammunition, free that nigga long way. They call me streets, I'm really in these streets, like the song say.
In the hottest section with weapons and cocaine. 17 in the streets, hotter than propane. I'm on my toes, watch these hoes with bifocal frame. I've been on these niggas' head like a migraine. In the hottest section with weapons and cocaine. 17 in the streets, hotter than propane. On my toes, watch these hoes with bifocal frames. Suicide doors on them, Kurt Cobain.